Hello, Grade 9 students. Welcome to our tutorial on force and the laws of motion. Today, we're going to explore the fascinating world of physics and understand how objects move and interact with one another. So, let's get started. To begin, let's understand what force is. Some effort are required to move stationary object or to stop a moving object. This effort is known to be a force. Generally, this force we observe on Earth is either muscular or mechanical. Push, pull, or hit on an object to change its state of motion is called force. Force has many effects. It can change the magnitude of the velocity. It can change the direction of the moving object. It can change the shape and size of an object. In today's tutorial, we're going to explore the concept of balanced forces. Understanding balanced forces is crucial for comprehending the equilibrium and stability of objects. So, let's dive in. There are two types of forces, depending upon whether effective force is felt or not. Balanced pair of forces and unbalanced pair of forces. If the resultant of all forces acting on a body is zero, then the forces are called balanced forces. If the resultant of all forces acting on a body is not zero, then the forces are called unbalanced forces. Imagine you have an object on a table. If you push it to the right with a certain force, there will be an equal and opposite force pushing it to the left. These two forces cancel each other out, resulting in a net force of zero. When the net force is zero, we say the forces are balanced. When an object experiences balanced forces, it remains in a state of equilibrium. This means the object will either stay at rest if it was initially at rest, or continue moving at a constant velocity if it was already in motion. In other words, there is no change in the object's motion when the forces acting on it are balanced. If the forces on an object are balanced, then the object stays still, and the object that is moving continues to move at the same speed and in the same direction. Balanced forces can change the shape of the body. Balanced forces are equal in magnitude and opposite in direction. When object will show no acceleration, that is, object will be in constant velocity. The size of the overall force acting on an object is called the resultant force. If the forces are balanced, this is zero. On the other hand, we have unbalanced forces. Unbalanced forces occur when the forces acting on an object are not equal or in opposite directions. When unbalanced forces act on an object, they cause a change in its motion. The object will either start moving, stop moving, or change its speed and direction. Let's consider a few examples to understand balanced and unbalanced forces better. Imagine a book lying on a table. If we push the book with a greater force than the upward force exerted by the table, the forces become unbalanced, and the book will start sliding. Unbalanced forces can move a stationary body, and they can stop a moving body. Unbalanced forces are not equal in magnitude and opposite in direction. Object will show acceleration or retardation. Understanding balanced and unbalanced forces helps us predict and explain how objects move or remain stationary. Let's do some numerical practice on balanced and unbalanced forces. Calculate the net force in the figure provided. In part A, F1 equals to right-hand side force and F2 equals to left-hand side force. Net force equals to F1 plus negative F2. Negative sign represent direction of force with respect to first force. So, net force is 300 minus 300, which gives 0 Newton. In part B, annotation remains same. The net force equals to 400 minus 300, which gives 100 Newton. So, left team is winner. That concludes our tutorial on balanced and unbalanced forces. I hope you found it informative and engaging. Remember to explore further resources and continue learning about the fascinating world of physics. Thanks for watching, and keep exploring the forces around you.